out drinking a couple of weeks ago with some mates, and I mentioned that I wanted one.
Yeah.
And a friend was like, how about I buy you a nice one for your 30th? Yeah. Like, that's a nice gift. And that way you can keep your hat budget at zero. You're not going to go into the red. I'm like, that sounds good.
Sure.
We kept drinking. And then he was like, message me what hat you want tonight so I don't forget about it.
Whoa.
So in my drunken enthusiasm, I bought a hat on that night. After I agreed to my friend that I was going to tell him so he could get it for me.
Yeah, I mean, when you're drinking and then you're dreaming of getting a hat.
That's right.
That's what you get.
I forgot about it.
Yep.
Next morning, open my emails, see at the top a receipt for a hat. I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Was it a decent sized priced hat? Did you blow your budget?
I don't want to go into how much I spent on that hat.
Did you blow the budget that you originally were going for?
I never had a budget, Marcus. And that was probably the worst thing.
That was the limit.
That's right. Yes, reach of the sky.
Was I with you and that drunken night?
You were? At one point you were.
Yeah.
You couldn't stop me, but you didn't.
Well, let's be real. I couldn't stop myself.
What did you buy?
I've bought many things all over.
That night, everyone was on Amazon on their phone.
Yes.
She's like, what are we buying, guys?
But anyway, my mate messaged me the next day and he's like, so what hat are you after? And I'm like, about that. And I had to let him know what happened.
Well, then perfect. You're ready to be Woody.
All right.
That's it. You are ready to... what's
I was
Tom?
thinking for Tom,
Yeah.
the scientist from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
You give me a fucking DreamWorks picture? No.
It's going to be Pixar.
Dude, it's gonna be Pixar.
All right. It's going to be Pixar.
We'll give Tom Shrek. You fucks.
Have you guys seen the Frozen movie?
No. My Elsa.
Not Elsa. You're not the females on that. You're not the star one, but you're like the prince. Not the jerk prince.
Yeah, all right.
The good guy.
Okay. I'm the prince.
You're the good guy.
He's Prince Charming.
Listen to you boys. I could be the prince.
Yeah.
Fuck
the prince was an absolute dick in that movie.
Yeah,
he's like the stable boy, but he's a good guy.
I got the reindeer, Sven with the reindeer. Sven.
Yeah.
All right,
that's it.
I'll be that dude.
All right.
I'm not Scandinavian, but sure.
So now we've cast ourselves in our Pixar movies.
Yeah.
How do we help this nanny?
Look, I would say I would play along with it as far as like imaginative play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you got to be Moana 24/7.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the right way to do it.
No.
And you eventually got to break it to the kids that you're not Moana.
Yeah, I think you did the right thing in telling the kid. Maybe not like that. There probably would have been easier ways, but at the end of the day, the parents weren't going to do it anytime soon.
No.
You're probably going to be. You were going to leave that job before
Typecast
they were.
forever.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what?
Typecast forever, exactly.
You could then, like, the kid could get into Aladdin and you'll be fired and replaced with a Princess Jasmine.
Jasmine,
You know
that's
what I
it.
mean? So, some sort of girl from Middle East taking your job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. It could happen.
I don't know. I would almost be weary of the workplace to be like, you're a flavour of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How long is Moana Day going to be a staple holiday? I'm
Exactly.
sure it's going to get
Eventually,
replaced.
she'll like cars and she'll be replaced by a NASCAR.
By a NASCAR.
Just a revving car in the garage just looking after it.
Yeah, exactly. I think considering you didn't get fired, you're fine. You can sort of be like, play up Moana, like we can pretend being Moana, but I'm not Moana permanently.
So she's done she's already basically dropped
She did it. She probably did the wrong
bombshell.
thing by not sitting down with parents and saying, I'm being
This is
serious.
how I want to do it.
She just ripped that band-aid off immediately, but it's happened now.
Life lessons. I mean, you can't control what your kids are going to be exposed to. Once they go to school, they'll
That's
be
it.
like, you know Moana is not your babysitter.
Yes.
like, you know pretty quickly.
No,
It's like,
she said she was, though. It's like, people lie.
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
the lesson.
This is how you test it. Hold your babysitter underwater for more than 10 seconds. Let's see how she goes.
Yeah, right. It's like, why has Dwayne The Rock Johnson never come by?
Yeah,
if they're
exactly.
such good friends, you should have seen Dwayne The
That's a
Rock
good
Johnson.
point. Where's the rest
Where
of the
is Dwayne?
cast?
Yeah. Yeah. Where is Dwayne?
Where's just Dwayne?
Where is Dwayne?
Where is Dwayne?
I don't know. I think that's enough
I think
advice
it's
there
enough.
for Dora. Marcus, do you want to go next to this one?
I'm going to go with a... what's his name?
This was your theme. Let's
Yeah,
just
I know,
remind you.
yeah. I just did it really, really quickly.
Yeah.
No, the famous explorer...
That nails that.
I'm not even going to say. I'm not going to say. 'cause
Magellan.
No. Look, I know there's one that everybody hates.
Napoleon.
Captain Cook.
I was thinking of him, but Christopher Columbus.
Oh, all right.
I was Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher.
I mean, look, I saw Tenet. It wasn't that great, but
Isn't it? Okay.
I wouldn't say that everyone hates him though.
Yeah, okay. All
No,
right.
is it worth seeing?
I mean, you can check it out if you want. I think he's just trying to fuck minds. He's
right.
just like,
Okay.
Just mind
he's like,
fucker.
how can I fuck your mind even more than Inception?
He wants to be Chris Angel of the movie world.
He wants to be, the mind
freak.
the mind fucker.
Yeah, the mind fucker. All right, anyway, Christopher Columbus writes in, is his mum weird? Hi, I'm a 19-year-old female. My boyfriend, Kevin, Christopher and Kevin, who's the same age as me, has always been close with his mum. I have absolutely no problem with mother-son relationships that are this close.
I mean, I search that category all the time.
All the time. But my parents are sometimes puzzled by her behavior, such as texting Kevin very frequently, even while we're hanging around. I met his entire family once. Even the first time his mum planned to go for a shopping with me. Later she gave up. Don't know. When we're having dinner at my place, quite casually when we're there, his mum would text him, asking to send a picture of the food my mum prepared. We just celebrated our first anniversary. Kevin asked her an idea what to give. While having a celebration dinner, she texted happy anniversary. My mum did the same. But his mum continued, did she open the present already? My parents, especially my mum, were surprised. That's weird. I would not do that. Christopher Columbus.
I'm not going to lie. People wouldn't have heard this on the microphone, but I was laughing silently to myself.
He was absolutely done with Christopher and Kevin.
It was just the way you said Christopher and Kevin, and you paused for a second. It was like you imagined the life together. And you thought it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I know, but the look you gave in your eyes, it really sold it to me.
Wow, love in a hopeless place.
Yeah,
they found love in a hopeless place.
And I was just dying because you seemed so sincere, and I missed like half the question. Yeah. You guys keep discussing. I'll catch up on what happened.
Essentially, what the story is Kevin's mum is very much sending texts like, "Hey, like." Asking about the relationship.
Right.
Yeah. A little
Actively
bit too much
prying.
in depth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too much in the sense of like asking about sex life, but just asking about a bit more in depth questions.
Just prodding.
Just getting a little bit too involved in the relationship.
Exactly.
It's an interesting thing because I feel like there are in my life and people I know, there are people's parents who are sort of more involved in their personal lives like that, and they want to know like all that sort of stuff. And then there are other parents just like, don't ask, don't tell, I don't want to know, let it happen, whatever it is what it is.
Are you happy? That's good. That's all I need to know.
But there are some parents who just like, I want to be like how's everything going? How's your love life? You know, you're happy? You're good? And it's like, there's just going to be those people in your life no matter what.
Yeah. And there's always varying degrees.
Yeah.
On a smaller scale, I don't know if it's happened to you guys, it blew my mind the first time I went to a friend's house and I think I just saw like his sister eating dinner. Right. And I'm like, why is she eating dinner by herself? It's like, we just eat dinner whenever we want at my house. I'm like,
wow.
I was like, oh, really?
What?
Whereas at my house, it was like, my mum was like, it's nice everyone to sit down. And I like sitting down with my family having dinner, but I was like, you can do that? Like, it's just like, just different parenting styles. Everyone has their own approach to it.
My dad's like, it's family, not me.
Yeah.
You will eat with us.
I see your dad also named the character Justin Fied with puns like that.
He was happy with that.
What can we say? Yeah, like that's the thing. Different folks, different strokes.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, and that's a good thing that I guess you do eventually witness is when you see other families and peer into that sort of side of things.
Yes.
And I guess having like a more, I don't know, let's just say maybe you're of European descent, La Familia is like more important, dinner time especially. That's when if we're going to do one thing together, we're going to eat together.
That's right.
But this person is wanting to get involved in the relationship, and Christopher Columbus is not about it.
Yeah, well, Christopher Columbus says she doesn't mind.
Yeah.
But it's the parents that are finding it weird.
Her parents.
Her parents are finding it weird.
Right.
They're finding it like
so
she's
it's
over
conflicting parenting styles.
Yeah, exactly. The conflicting parenting styles.
This sort of
are getting
reminds me
involved.
of the classic rom-com from 2002-ish.
Ready to launch?
Failure to launch? No. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I mean, you've got the two different cultures, like not understanding the difference of like how the families work.
So what you're saying is bring
smash plates. Those are for food.
The crazy Greek people.
I've never seen it. I'm just assuming that's what
it's
happens.
Like basically you've got the really sort of Anglo-Saxon, let's just say the American family and then the Greek big massive family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when those two families meet, hilarity ensues.
It
Obviously.
does, yes. Haven't you seen it, Damien? You should.
No, I've never seen it.
Okay.
Classic. They bring the cake with a hole in it. And
Yeah,
they're
the
like,
bud cake.
Yeah. Why is there a hole in the cake?
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't understand. Anyway, it's like that.
Look at Damien.
He's like, this movie made $300 million at the box office, and they made a second one.
They made a second
And they
one.
made a TV show. I didn't even remember that.
And it's pretty much the same jokes through both of the seasons. Like that's the thing. It's just different families, I guess.
Yeah.
Adjusting. Have you ever had like that sort of situation where, I mean, maybe not with your fiance's family, but with friends' families where I guess you've seen something different, not like similar to, I guess, the eating thing.
I feel like I've only really have had maybe like parents that are more lenient about what you do.
Right.
But sometimes it's even been on my side. It doesn't really apply to this question though. Like I would swear in front of my parents.
Yeah.
Not like but I would do it because I would like to get a rise out of him, right?
You did it for that.
See,
For the love.
I was not a swearer in front of the parents.
never.
Me and Marcus.
But I would do it like if a friend came over for dinner. I'd be like, "Hey, watch this," and then
how good is this fucking pizza?
yeah, dinner's the shit, man. But like, I would say stuff like,
the wrong way.
What's with this cake? Why is there a fucking hole in it? But,
And then that's it. Your dad's like,
Pizza
that's
Creek
it.
wedding,
yeah.
right?
And then my dad would hold up the cake and punch me through the hole.
It's so I can,
See, if I did that, I would almost guarantee a slipper would be thrown at my head.
I would be told off, but I would. They'd also know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
but
know you're playing it
I
up.
don't think this helps this person's
Case.
case.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you do in a situation like this if your parents felt like your partner's parents were being too overbearing and prying too much? How do you rectify something like that?
I feel like you could talk to your parents. Your parents have been around a lot longer, and they've gone through the whole meeting other families before, right?
Yeah.
I always feel like you should say, hey, you know how people are. There are different people in this world. You should be more sort of understanding or accepting of that. Unless it's a massive culture shock.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound like it's about culture. It's just about being involved in their lives.
Personally, it sounds like the mother or the boyfriend's mum is like a single mum. So
Yep.
she's got a really close bond with the son.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So it sounds like, and whereas you've come from a family that's got like a father and a mother and all that, like a what do you want to call it? But so they're saying it's like, oh, that's weird. Why are you that close with your child?
Yeah.
But that's the thing that they need to learn, I guess. It's just like, well, look, they come from a different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
mum's
She's really
also the boyfriend's mum doesn't sound like she's being inappropriate.
It's harmless.
She's
it's
just
harmless
like,
questions.
how was your date? Like,
Did
how
she
was
like
it?
the present? Like,
Yeah.
like obviously, I helped pick out. Like, did I help do the right thing? Like,
Yeah.
am I doing the right thing?
I think there are parents that would be way more like a little bit into their personal lives
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
And then there would be kids that are probably too comfortable
Yeah.
in talking about it.
Parents asking about sex life is a big no-no.
Stay out of it.
Don't want to know.
Stay out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like the question last week about like with the inappropriate clothing.
Yeah.
That clothing thing. It's like some parents might find that like funny and charming and be like, yeah, it's good. It's, we're all adults here.
Yeah.
But some people can't remove that and be like, yeah, you're still my parents.
Yeah.
And it's still something that I don't want to sort of
I don't want to
broach.
associate like
Don't wanna broach with
I don't
you.
want to. I don't want to associate you with fun-loving people who just like talking about dicks and stuff. I don't want that.
Exactly. You're not fun.
You are the disciplinarians of the family.
That's probably what the conflicting thing is, to be like, but you were like controlling, or not controlling, but like you were in charge for so long, and now it's just like, what, the barrier's down, I can say whatever I want?
Yeah, exactly.
Be hard to deal with. Oh, what do you reckon Christopher Columbus should do? Should they talk? Should they maybe get the parents, maybe they should meet up and maybe learn a bit about each
I
bit
think
about
so.
each other?
I think that would be a great idea, like to get them to sort of meet one another and like let
That's
them.
a good idea because I think if the parents get to know the mum better,
Yeah.
get a better idea of who she is as a person,
Yeah.
I think they would find it less alien for her to text and inquire about the
Right.
relationship because they understand where she's coming from and who she is as a person.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it is also the parents of Christopher Columbus are probably like, you can tell a lot about a person by the upbringing, like by the person that brought them up.
Yeah.
And maybe they're sort of having a bit of a preconceived thoughts of what they are. They're judging the daughter.
yeah.
Or the boyfriend, Kevin.
The boyfriend Kevin.
They're judging Kevin based on the parents, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like the mum, and it's being like, well, if the mum's like this, then what's
Kevin like?
Kevin, it's
Yeah.
like, well, judge him on his own merit.
She sounds pretty harmless. I think.
Kevin sounds like a catch.
Yeah,
I
Kevin
would say
sounds
that.
like a catch.
Kevin and Chris are going
They're
to
going to be happy together.
Absolutely,
That's it.
absolutely.
Put a ring on it, Chris.
Yeah,
Close
exactly.
that shit up.
Christopher and Kevin.
Right.
You no longer need to sail the seven seas.
No more,
Or search
Christopher.
for a man.
You got it right
li-
there.
Apparently,
You got it
nobody
right there.
likes Kevin anyway. So, I mean, sorry, Christopher. Everyone likes Kevin. Kevin's all right.
yeah.
We'll leave it there for Christopher then.
I think Christopher's okay with that.
All right, I'm going to go next with this one, and this one's going to come from Wills.
Wills.
Yeah, but Burke and Wills.
Burke and Wills.
course.
Hey,
I feel like Wills gets a hard trot because he's second to Burke.
true.
I mean, they both died. So.
They both died, and the only way they tricked the way they went is through their number twos. So
Yeah.
it's all number
But
twos
look,
in Will's life.
If you're spare, if you don't have time, and someone's telling the story of Burke and Wills, you might not even hear Wills. It's like Burke and you've left the room. You know what I mean? You don't know
It's
Wills.
like, I don't care about no explorers.
Giving Wills the spotlight.
That's an interesting thing. Do you think if you were in a duo,
Yeah.
like let's say like a Hamish and Andy, let's say
Okay, yeah, sure.
Marcus wasn't in the podcast, just the two of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you take umbrage or offense if it was called like Damien and Tom? Would you want first billing?
I think it's all about how phonetically how it goes.
sounds, yeah.
And with a name like Tom, I'm probably going to be tacked onto the end because it's one syllable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So Tom's already accepting the fact that he's second.
Yeah. I'm second fiddle. Yeah. Right.
It's like that wouldn't matter, but
No, you know what? Hold on.
No, Damien sounds like he wouldn't accept it.
If I would actually name the two of you, it'd be Tom and Damo.
Oh.
Damo and Tom.
okay.
Oh.
Maybe it's the context though, because I think like starting your own podcast, not really a landmark achievement.